Shout out Velez, sent a video yesterday to the Discord. Love the Discord because we get, up to the minute information. All right, from the usual suspects all over the place. And Velez dropped a video of a dude walking off wearing a look like a city worker's, construction vest. Or the whole outfit, really. Mexico, y'all are on some Jason Bourne shit right now. It's no joke. Cesar Hernandez escaped on foot wearing a worker's uniform after busting at and unaliving a state police officer while a mega operation focused on the Privada España neighborhood of the Barcelona residential complex. Who is Cesar Hernandez? The fugitive who terminated a state agent in Tijuana and escaped a mega operation or a mega prison. The name Cesar Hernandez resonates loudly this Wednesday after a brutal attack that resulted in the unaliving of a state citizen security force agent during a high-impact operation in the Barcelona residential complex in Tijuana. What began as a tactical action to capture him ended in an escape, which highlighted the high degree of danger of this individual and his ability to evade authorities. Nah, buddy's a Jason Bourne, some other shit. California prison escapee, unalived Mexican policewoman in Tijuana evades capture again. It's his face. This is him with his outfit on. A law enforcement officer was terminated in an apparent shootout involving escaped California inmate Cesar Moises Hernandez. The incident occurred during a joint Mexican-U.S. operation to arrest Hernandez near Tijuana, where Commander Abigail Reyes of the FESC was shot and terminated. The shootout was a result of a joint Mexican-U.S. operation targeting the fugitive. He barricaded himself inside the home before walking out, slipping past authorities. How y'all do that, lo cagaste? How you even do that? How's that even possible that you just, he slipped out past you dum-dums? Huh? He managed to escape from the scene by walking out disguised as a worker, and his whereabouts remain unknown. Buddy just has the audacity to take a shot at it, and he wins. Failed Tijuana operation on Wednesday. Officers from several security forces were heading to a home in search of the suspect when they were met with hammer fire. It was during the exchange of hammer fire that a FESC agent identified as Abigail Esparza, 33, was seriously injured in the jugular vein. No mommy's way.
No mommy's way.
For which she was transferred to the Red Cross Hospital, where she was later pronounced terminated an hour later. Baja California Governor Marina del Pilar issued a statement expressing her condolences. "I deeply regret the passing of the state citizen security force agent Abigail Esparza Reyes while participating in an arrest warrant enforcement operation currently underway. My recognition to the elements that are bravely and exemplary participating in this operation," she said. "To the family and loved ones of the agent Abigail, we recognize her bravery and dedication to the service of her state. Our wishes for prompt resignation are with you. Abigail's life will be honored and her termination will not go unpunished." How y'all let dude walk out and shit? The operation involved members of the Mexican Army, National Guard, Municipal Police, FESC, State's Attorney General's Office, U.S. Marshals were also involved in the operation. I'm telling you, there's a lot of U.S. Marshals involved in Mexico. In an advisory role to help apprehend the fugitive, a police helicopter and drones were used, but the fugitive managed to slip away. They brought the whole of their resources. They brought everything they had to throw at this problem. And Buddy slipped past all of that shit. They brought the whole of their resources. They brought United States advisors. They brought Attorney General, FESC, Municipal Police, National Guard, Mexican Army, State's Attorney General's Office. And he walked past y'all in a construction windbreaker with a Popeye hat on. Hernandez, 34, escaped from custody in Delano, California on December 2nd, 2024 while being transported to a court appearance. The Delano Police Department reported that Hernandez jumped out of the transport van. He just got the nerve to do it. Most motherfuckers that just got the nerve to do it, usually they get it done. Reportedly jumped out the transport van, evaded authorities, and fled. Delano initially canceled several Christmas activities due to the escaped Terminator on December 5th, Authorities believe he had fled the Delano area already. He was serving an 80-year to life sentence for first-degree termination, a second strike offense, after being received from Los Angeles County on June 27, 2019. He got nothing to lose, man. He gonna jump. What? We in this van rolling over a bridge. I hit that door and jump in that water. Something. He's willing to take that shot. He's willing to hurt himself, unalive himself doing it. Why? 80 years to life. In 2018, he went with his girlfriend to the Las Cariñosas bar in Linwood, California, where she had once worked. Cesar had gotten into an argument with her later that night and left the bar. Cesar went looking for her in the bar and behind it in the lot. He then left in their white Nissan Altima. Well, did you find her in the lot? Was she a lizard? What was happening? He then chased after a pickup truck that, leaving the bar's parking lot, forcing the driver to pull over a block away. He then shot the driver in the head, terminating him. The victim, Edgar Vasquez, hadn't had any previous interaction with the couple at the bar that night. So I guess, I don't know, man. Did the dude have anything to do with her? Cesar got into an argument with her later that night and left the bar. I guess she left the bar? Cesar went looking for her in the bar and behind it in the lot. He then left in the Nissan Altima. He then chased after a pickup truck that, leaving the bar's parking lot, forcing the driver to pull over a block away, then shot the driver. This guy was just a can't get right. He built for that life. What a mamabicho. It sounds like he got the heart. Got the heart? What's heart? It takes heart to dude that didn't do shit? You sound like a hoe. Huh? It takes heart to smoke a dude over a chick that you can't even control? That you believe is a lot lizard because you can't find her? Dorks. Some people smoke old ladies. They got heart too? If you find yourself in a life sentence situation of your own creation and find a gap in the transportation intake process, you take it. Not saying it's cool or right, but I'm just, but motherfucker gonna take it. I'm willing to take that chance. That's a chance that makes sense. It's a way better chance than me waiting 8 years for my parole to come up. 80 years for my parole to come up. You should watch that video of how he first escaped from Delano. Shit is fun. Oh, no, I didn't know we even had that. I'm gonna check that shit out right now. The lizards, man. Was she a lizard? I don't know. He couldn't find it. He couldn't find it. That was my first thought. She a lizard? Now she has somebody else, and you'll be picked up and do the rest of your 80 years. That's it. She's with somebody else. That dude that he smoked, that had nothing to do with nothing, he smoked, unfortunately, over a piece of shit like him. And yes, they are going to catch him, and he is going to do 80 years. The boy cold right now, though. He now you see me, now you don't. The boy think he's in the prestige and shit. Boy, look, you seen this dude right here, man? This dude, he got away from them in his drawers and went and put on a Popeye hat and a neon construction suit that he found under a tarp of a car, and boom, got away with that shit, man. Bien hecho el tipo, bien tofe. Got a lot of heart, according to this guy over here. If you slap up an old lady, dude will be like, you got a lot of heart, bro. I think Cartel will either take him out or turn him in. Somebody gonna get him. He making a lot of noise now. His name is in the news. Got images of him. What I got out of this story is that dude got 80 years to life because he couldn't control his chick, right? Couldn't find her. Thought she was a lot lizard. Chased some car out from the bar that had nothing to do with her or him. And smoked dude because he's tough. He got so much heart. That's my Richo work if you ask me, boy. That guy. Crazy as hell, boy.
I'm telling you to your face.
Got me fucked up. That's the moral of the story. Then he escaped from a van because he got 80 years to life. And then he escaped again. He started busting at the police. Then he put on his Popeye uniform and he's out. We'll see how that story goes. It's working for him so far. We'll see what happens. He's having an adventure on his way out. One way or the other, it's his way out. Boldo, we kind of needed that in the city to show how uncoordinated the police are. They've been too busy robbing civilians. There you go. They need to get their ass to work because he made their ass look stupid. He made their ass look like we just watched the video. I'll pull the video back up. It needs that old music from the old Benny Hill show and shit. Look, he's not even running, bro. He's at a jog, bro. And the police, trash. They busting at the building thinking they still getting shot at and shit. I hadn't had a workout like this in a while. Look at him, bro. Oh, wait. I think there's a... It's like a video game shit. I think there's a city uniform in here. And a Popeye hat. Is there video, Velez? Is there video of the escape of... I know you working, Velez, so ignore me. But I'm saying, does anybody know? Is there video of him escaping from the van in Delano? If he's smart, he'll come back to the U.S. because it's going to go bad for him in Mexico. Bro, he's going to end up in El Salvador, this fucking guy. Noticiero. He's going to end up in El Salvador. Police, step y'all shit up in Tijuana. You got this fucking guy on the loose out there. I bet you, Boldo, if you set your mind to it, right? You a street dude, but let's just say dude owed you some money or something. If you set your mind to it in that town, you could have found the motherfucker already. 2 days ago. Yeah, his escape in the U.S. was funnier. Oh, yeah, I need to see the video of that. He made California law enforcement look super dumb when he escaped here in Kern County. That was the first escape? I got to find that shit now. Hold on. I need to have it. What's this fool's name? Because this one was already funny. The police went to get him. He busted at them. Somebody busted at them. He jogged out of there like his name was Tad or Todd. Like he bought land in the neighborhood, or he bought a building in the neighborhood, and Todd ran up to another car, put on his Popeye outfit, and got out of there while the police stood in front of his house bullshitting. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mexican government takes him out themselves. Is this them chasing him across the field? Stop, bro. Hold on. I gotta find this video.
We have new exclusive video tonight of the first few seconds of the killer making his run for freedom. 17's Rob Hagan shows you what happened when Cesar Hernandez escaped from custody 4 days ago.
New video shows escaped inmate Cesar Hernandez run across this field with the CDC officer in pursuit far behind. Join me as we trace the steps of a killer on the run.
He's a gangster. He's a fast thinker, dog. That's what I'm saying. Like, they come in here and they swing on him for other reasons, right? That's what I was arguing about earlier. Somebody came here and was like, this guy got a lot of heart. He's swift. He's quick thinking, and he's gonna take his opportunity every time he gets. Every chance you give this 80 years to life motherfucking opportunity to wiggle out, he gonna wiggle out, dog. He's not playing.
Look at this video. It shows the shocking first few seconds of the desperate escape of Delano
that
inmate.
shit is funny, man. This guy's getting a compilation of escapes. The government gotta stop him, bro. They gotta stop him because he's gonna become a hero pretty soon, all right?
Here on day 4.
Trace
Look
the
at this
steps. He's
video.
right there.
It shows the shocking first few seconds of the desperate escape.
Why not pull your hammer out and smoke dude? Hit him right in the back. Why not? Why you let him pull the prestige move on you and get out of Dodge? Magician, poof. Now you see me, now you don't. Where did he go, George? Where did he go? Hector Bravo been speaking out about how the correctional system so that's how this happened. Yeah, because look at this dork chasing him. You let him go.
Escape of Delano inmate Cesar Hernandez. Steps of a killer on the run here on day 4. Look at this video. It shows the shocking first few seconds of the desperate escape of Delano inmate Cesar Hernandez as he sprints across a field with a CDC officer in pursuit. It appears his hands aren't cuffed and his feet aren't shackled. But we don't know because CDCR is refusing to answer all questions.
And that's why he jogs like that. He don't run at a full clip. He got to save his energy. He's on the run, bro. Energy is currency when you're on the run, bro.
The officer raises his weapon but lowers it when Hernandez gets to the alleyway.
What a fucking dork this cop is. This is Officer Doofy right here, bro. There he is. That's the cop that was chasing dude across that field.
Slow down!
Blow me!
Alright, Special Officer Doofy.
Look at this fucking cop.
Lowers it when Hernandez gets to the alleyway. Here's a closer look. Hernandez is half a football field in front of the officer during the foot chase. Hernandez turns back to look at his pursuer. You could see the officer raise his weapon, then you could see him lower it.
Shit, I could see the smile on dude's face over here.
We still don't know if it's a gun or a taser. California Penal Code 835A states a peace officer may use deadly force to prevent the escape of a dangerous person.
I'd have domed dude. If that's my job, I'm doming dude from across the field. You gave me every reason to, no? Or am I running behind them like Benny Hill? And now he's in the neighborhood. Now you can't just bust off. You had your opportunity in an open field.
This means a peace officer is justified in using deadly force to apprehend a fleeing person for any felony that threatened or resulted in death. It's still unclear why the officer did not pull the trigger because Hernandez is a convicted killer.
The officer wasn't built for that life. Boy, let's say Officer Doofy feeling real defeated right now, most likely. There's like 12 doofies in front of the house this time. Because this was just one doofy, and the other, the guy ran off on him. The other shit was a complete operation with the help of the State's Attorney General's office, the Mexican Army, the National Guard, State's Attorney General's office, and American military as advisors. And that motherfucker jogged off and put on a Popeye hat and put on a reflector. And he's wearing a reflector, y'all. Meaning, you can't miss him. The sun literally reflects off this motherfucker's outfit. And he still rolled out on you, goofy motherfucker. This guy made a fool of these police. So yeah, it's safe to say all of those Officer Doofies feel real defeated right now.
Transferred into the Delano Superior Court building. You can see the inmate's hands are cuffed and his feet are shackled as two officers walk him through the CDCR court entrance. We still don't know if the gate was open when Hernandez escaped or if he hopped the fence. There's a concrete wall on the inside of the inmate transfer parking lot that Hernandez might have used as a step to jump the fence. The step cuts the height of the fence in half. Hernandez fled down Kensington Street across the field in front of City Hall and then southbound through the alley towards 10th Street. It's unclear what happened next because the CDCR isn't talking. Delano schools were put on lockdown Monday and Tuesday, and school was canceled Wednesday and Thursday. The CDCR issued a statement Thursday stating investigators have determined Hernandez fled the area and the security risk around Delano has diminished. Rob Hagan, 17 News.
He's already lived a life worthy of an action film, okay? Doesn't mean he's worth shit. He's a piece of shit. He ain't no Robin Hood. You know what I mean? He's a piece of shit. But the situation itself is pretty crazy. Anybody else want to give him props of how much heart he got? Well, to the Tijuana police, get y'all shit in order. Y'all lost an officer today to the hands of a dude that already pulled a move on people here and ran off on their ass through a field and got away. Somebody gonna poke him and leave him somewhere. California fugitive, unaliver Cesar Hernandez caught in Tijuana. Multi-agency manhunt led to the arrest Thursday night of an escaped California inmate wanted in the unaliving of the Tijuana Chief of State Police unit that searches for foreign fugitives in Mexico, Baja California prosecutors said. Cesar Moises Hernandez, 35, who had been on the run since December when he first escaped from correctional custody in Central California, was located Thursday by Mexican law enforcement in the Lomas de Matamoros neighborhood in eastern Tijuana. Further details about the arrest were not immediately available. He shook the guard, remember, and then he ran down the field and then busted a left turn and was gone. Ended up in Mexico, got into some shit. But now they got you, stupid. He's suspected of unaliving Commander Abigail Esparza Reyes, head of the Tijuana International Liaison Group for the Baja California State Citizen Security Force, or FESC. Mexican officials said Esparza, 33, was an 11-year veteran of the state police and a mother of two. She is right here. Commander Abigail Esparza Reyes was head of the unit in Baja California tasked with hunting fugitives. During her 8 years at the helm of the elite Mexican unit, nicknamed the Gringo Hunters, Esparza led operations in Baja California that resulted in the arrest of 408 fugitives from several countries, officials said. Commander Esparza will be remembered as a true hero who was unalive while bravely supporting binational efforts to keep our country safe. David Arismendi, press attaché for the U.S. Embassy in Mexico, said last week in a statement posted on the social media platform X. On April 9th, during an operation to serve an arrest warrant in Tijuana's Barcelona residential neighborhood, the suspect allegedly opened fire and mortally wounded Esparza in the neck. She was rushed to a hospital where she passed away. On Thursday, the operation was carried out by the Baja California Investigation Agency, or AIE, in collaboration with the Special Operations Group of the Secretary of Defense. Hernandez became a wanted man on both sides of the border, with the U.S. last week increasing the reward to up to $35,000 for information leading to his arrest. Some U.S. officials expressed condolences last week and said they would work with their counterparts in Mexico to bring the suspect to justice. Baja California prosecutors referred to Hernandez as a priority subject in a new release Thursday night. Yo, this Mamabicho tried to get away without a shirt again? Not this time, Papa. He didn't have his Popeye uniform ready to go this go round. Damn, look at that shit. So he shot up from the bird's nest. In December, Hernandez escaped from U.S. custody after arriving at the Kern County Superior Courthouse in Delano. He was serving a sentence of 80 years to life for first-degree termination in Los Angeles County. So he's already a dirtbag. Why he don't go to CISA? Because he an international criminal now. The unsuccessful operation that unalived Esparza raised questions when surveillance footage surfaced showing a man believed to be Hernandez fleeing the scene in some drawers, and then he switched into a whole outfit. The suspect initially ran from the shooting scene in his underwear and was later seen changing into a yellow worker's jacket to avoid being detected by several law enforcement officers at the site. U.S. Marshals personnel were in the area during the operation, the federal agency said last week in a statement, but not involved in the shooting incident. So the U.S. Marshals were there, but not involved in the shooting incident. U.S. Marshals drove the wounded Gringo Hunter commando to the hospital after she was shot in the neck during the operation. General Laureano Carrillo, Baja California's Secretary of Security, said Wednesday during Governor Marina del Pilar Avila's weekly press conference that an investigation is underway. Carrillo acknowledged that there were operational errors during the operation, including initially a lack of the necessary officers to make the arrest and an ineffective response at the moment of the shooting, which allowed the suspect to escape. Y'all played yourselves. You tweaked.
Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Who the bomber clot? Oh!
They're saying that it was a shit show, that they didn't respond the way that they were supposed to, that there was a lack of necessary officers. It sounds like they had extra officers. You telling me you had U.S. Marshals down the block, and Buddy came out in his drawers, running to the whip, changed his clothes. You going to jail forever and ever and ever. You ain't never gonna see the light of day. This guy right here.
Yo vivo tranquila con los pelos.
Cagó el gallo. Cállate, hijo de puta.
Cállate, hijo de puta.
Si la cagó, mira, hizo. ¡Ah!
Bum. Alright. Recipe Shorty. You was doing your job. He played himself. He played his little Grand Theft Auto game, I guess, at the expense of, it seems like, a whole bunch of lives. See, someone like that, I don't see why anybody's paying to house him. They went in thinking he was just going to give himself up. They weren't expecting to be welcomed with the hammer. But it's like, y'all are a fucking paramilitary style group. You know what I'm saying? Just the idea of the report of a hammer make you upstrap, start busting, which I was doing. But you're right. They run over there thinking, we got this California escapee that got himself in too deep by running. He gonna just come out. Everything's gravy. If anything, U.S. Marshals is down the block, right? Didn't work out like that. Turned into a horror movie for her family, for her friends, for that whole unit, and for dude. But dude's horror movie been going on for a long time. He been taking life. He said, hell no, keep his ass over there. They can't hold him here. Here, he'll run off on their ass at the gas station. But they got him. Buddy is donezo.